A statue believed to depict a fallen angel was discovered by a construction crew in Zia, Russia. This finding has sparked discussions about where these fallen angels are and how they affect humanity. According to the Bible, fallen angels were cast to earth and are now chained in darkness, awaiting judgment. Join us as we explore this intriguing topic, delving into biblical accounts and contemplating the mysterious connection between fallen angels and their impact on our lives. The origins of fallen angels can be traced back to various mythological and religious traditions that predate biblical accounts. These narratives provide insights into the early conceptions of celestial beings and their relationship with the divine. In pre-biblical mythologies, stories of celestial beings descending from their heavenly abodes and interacting with humans were common. These beings were often associated with divine knowledge, power, and sometimes rebellion. For example, in ancient Mesopotamian mythology, the story of the Apkallu tells of 7 sages who were sent by the gods to bestow wisdom upon humanity. However, over time, some of these sages became corrupt, and their teachings led to chaos and destruction. The Hebrew Bible, specifically the book of Genesis, provides the most well-known account of fallen angels. It tells the story of Lucifer, also known as Satan or the devil, who rebelled against God's authority. The concept of the rapture, often discussed in Christian eschatology, holds a connection to the topics of fallen angels and their influence on humanity. The rapture refers to a future event where believers are said to be caught up or snatched away from the earth to be with Jesus Christ, prior to a period of tribulation and the final judgment. In the context of fallen angels, the rapture is often associated with the idea of deliverance from the influence of evil and the impending chaos caused by the rebellion of these celestial beings. It is believed that during the tribulation period, fallen angels, along with Satan, will intensify their efforts to deceive and corrupt humanity. The rapture, therefore, represents a divine intervention and a means to protect believers from the imminent spiritual battles and the widespread impact of fallen angels' influence. From a theological perspective, the rapture is viewed as an act of mercy and grace by God, rescuing believers from the increasing presence of evil and ushering them into a state of eternal bliss. It is seen as a manifestation of God's love and provision for His faithful followers, shielding them from the destructive consequences of the fallen angels' influence on earth. The connection between fallen angels, the rapture, and their impact on humanity is also intertwined with discussions surrounding spiritual warfare. The idea of spiritual warfare posits that believers are engaged in a constant struggle against the forces of darkness, including fallen angels, in their pursuit of spiritual growth and adherence to God's will. The rapture is often perceived as the ultimate victory over these spiritual adversaries, marking a definitive separation between the righteous and the corrupt. The anticipation of the rapture and the awareness of fallen angels' potential influence serve as reminders for believers to remain vigilant, spiritually prepared, and steadfast in their faith. It encourages individuals to resist the temptations and deceptions propagated by these celestial rebels, seeking instead to align their lives with the teachings of righteousness and morality. According to the narrative, Lucifer desired to elevate himself above his fellow angels and was subsequently cast out of heaven along with a group of followers. This event, often referred to as the fall from heaven, marked the birth of fallen angels. While the Bible does not provide an extensive account of the origins of fallen angels, it does offer glimpses into their nature and rebellion. The book of Isaiah contains passages referring to the fall of the morning star, traditionally interpreted as a metaphor for Lucifer's downfall. Similarly, the New Testament book of Revelation mentions a great dragon, identified with Satan, who was cast down from heaven with his angels. The origins of fallen angels are intricately linked to the concepts of free will, rebellion, and the existence of evil in the world. The narratives surrounding these celestial beings serve as cautionary tales, warning against the dangers of pride, disobedience, and the allure of power. They also raise profound philosophical and theological questions about the nature of evil, the purpose of suffering, and the balance between divine sovereignty and human agency. In addition to biblical accounts, fallen angels are also found in other religious traditions. In Islam, for instance, the jinn are considered supernatural beings created from smokeless fire, some of whom are believed to have rebelled against God. These rebellious jinn, known as shayateen, share similarities with the concept of fallen angels in Christianity. The origins of fallen angels are shrouded in myth, symbolism, and religious interpretation. While their precise origins may differ across traditions, the overarching theme of celestial beings descending from a higher realm and undergoing a fall from grace is a recurring motif. These narratives offer valuable insights into the human understanding of good and evil, the nature of temptation, and the eternal struggle between divine and rebellious forces. Fallen angels have a prominent presence in various religious traditions, each offering unique perspectives on their nature, roles, and influence. From Christianity to Islam and beyond, these traditions provide diverse interpretations of fallen angels and their significance within their respective belief systems. In Christianity, fallen angels are most commonly associated with Satan, the embodiment of evil and temptation. According to Christian theology, Satan was once an angel who rebelled against God's authority, leading to his expulsion from heaven along with a legion of rebellious angels. These fallen angels, often referred to as demons, are depicted as malevolent beings seeking to deceive and corrupt humanity. Christian teachings emphasize the ongoing spiritual battle between good and evil, with fallen angels representing the forces of darkness. In Islam, fallen angels are known as the jinn. Similar to Christianity, Islamic tradition describes a group of jinn who rebelled against God's commands. The leader of these rebellious jinn is known as Iblis, or Shaitan, who refused to bow down to Adam and was cast out of heaven. In Islamic beliefs, Iblis and his followers are considered tempters and sources of evil, influencing humans towards disobedience. However, unlike fallen angels in Christianity, jinn are seen as separate entities from angels, as they were created from fire rather than light. Other religious traditions also incorporate concepts of fallen angels. Hinduism, for example, includes stories of devas, celestial beings, who fall from their divine status due to their misdeeds or arrogance. These fallen devas, although not always portrayed as evil, often face consequences and seek redemption through spiritual practices. Buddhism similarly presents tales of celestial beings who become entrapped in the cycle of rebirth due to their attachment to worldly desires, reflecting the idea of a fall from grace. Beyond these major religions, the concept of fallen angels can be found in various mythologies and folklore. In Norse mythology, the figure of Loki embodies characteristics of a fallen angel as he rebels against the gods and brings about chaos and destruction. Similarly, in ancient Greek mythology, the Titan Prometheus is seen as a figure who defies divine authority and suffers consequences for his actions. The presence of fallen angels in religious tradition serves multiple purposes. They often represent the consequences of rebellion and the challenges posed by evil and temptation. They also symbolize the eternal struggle between good and evil, illustrating the complexity of human nature and the choices individuals face. The idea of chained fallen angels awaiting judgment is a significant aspect of their portrayal in religious and mythological narratives. The concept of chained angels can be found in biblical accounts, as well as in various interpretations and theories surrounding their current state. According to biblical depictions, fallen angels who rebelled against God's authority were cast down to earth and subsequently chained in darkness. The book of Jude in the New Testament describes these fallen angels as being kept in everlasting chains under darkness for the judgment of the great day. This portrayal suggests that they are in a state of confinement, awaiting their final judgment or punishment. The imagery of chained fallen angels serves multiple purposes within religious contexts. It emphasizes divine justice, highlighting that even rebellious celestial beings are subject to accountability for their actions. The idea of being chained implies a loss of freedom and power, symbolizing the consequences of defiance against divine order. Interpretations and controversies surrounding the concept of chained angels have given rise to different perspectives. Some theologians and scholars interpret the chains metaphorically, representing the powerlessness of fallen angels in their separated state from God. This viewpoint suggests that the chains symbolize their inability to carry out further acts of rebellion or malevolence. On the other hand, there are those who propose that while fallen angels may be bound in physical or spiritual chains, they could still exert influence in the spiritual realm. This theory suggests that despite their restrained state, they might engage in ongoing spiritual battles and temptations, seeking to corrupt and deceive humanity. The notion of chained angels awaiting judgment also intersects with the broader concept of eschatology, the study of the end times and final judgment. In some interpretations, the release of chained fallen angels is seen as a precursor to apocalyptic events. The enigmatic presence of fallen angels and their potential influence on humanity continues to fascinate and provoke thought. As we contemplate the mysteries of their existence, we are reminded of the eternal struggle between good and evil, and the profound questions that lie within the realm of the spiritual and the divine. If you found this discussion about fallen angels and their influence on humanity intriguing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay updated on more thought-provoking content.